The Queen attends her first official event outside since the start of the coronavirus pandemic, a small military parade to mark her official birthday. The short ceremony took place at Windsor Castle instead of Buckingham Palace due to COVID-19 restrictions. For more on this, let's bring in our CTV News royal commentator, Richard Berthelsen. Richard, good to talk to you again this morning.
You too.
All right, so talk to us again about what the celebration would have normally looked like. I know COVID-19 has changed things.
It sure has. I mean, it would be normally 1,400 guardsmen in their resplendent red uniforms and bearskin hats, 400 musicians on horseback or marching, and 200 others on horseback. So it's a very spectacular ceremony, which also includes a fly past and balcony appearance. And it really is, a great moment in the royal year and also the summer for tourists in London. Hundreds of thousands of people watch it. And it's a very famous ceremony going back several centuries now. The Queen has never really missed one except for 1955 due to a bus strike. And so it's kind of a sad moment when it couldn't take place. But it did take place in a much more restrained and small fashion, but with great military precision in the quadrangle at Windsor Castle this morning.
And let's talk about who was in attendance. Was Charles or Camilla or William or Kate, were any of them there?
There were no members of the royal family in attendance. It was simply the Queen, even the Duke, who is with the Queen at Windsor Castle. And of course, it was his real birthday on Wednesday of this week, his 99th birthday. He may have been looking out a window, but he wasn't there either since his retirement from official duties in 2017. So it was just the Queen, and she seemed to take great joy and have a little smile at seeing a ceremony on such a restrained schedule. And she was no doubt really kind of tickled that they still went ahead with it, but also interested to see how they managed to do it. And I thought it was a pretty creative and inventive approach. The band in particular had a workout in terms of keeping that far apart while doing all these marching formations and turning. But essentially, for most people who've seen a changing the guard ceremony at Buckingham Palace or even in Ottawa, it was very similar to that.
All right, well, thank you so much for all that insight. Wonderful to see the Queen enjoying her birthday celebrations. Once again, that is CTV News royal commentator Richard Berthelsen. Thank you so much for your time, Richard.
Thank you.